What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This just arrived today in the mail. This is the FLYMAX 2. It's an FPV streaming drone. According to what it's saying there, it's got gesture control, photography. I haven't seen much on this drone, and let me show you. I'm actually going to do a screen recording of this. So this drone, I purchased it January 24th. So look at what I paid for it. I believe this is American dollars, but still. I paid $13.99 for this drone, and shipping was free. I didn't think it was going to come. I thought, okay, they screwed up on the price. They're just going to let it sit there, and I'm going to have to make a complaint, get my money back, and go through that hassle. But then a few days ago, the shipping status started updating. And then, oh, it's here in Canada now. And then from there, yesterday, I'm like, okay, it's in my town today, out for delivery. And it arrived. Now, the box is definitely not in the best of shape, but I think everything inside is good to go. And so I paid $13.99 for this drone. Like I said, I haven't seen much on this drone, and that price, I'm like, yeah, I've got to get it. Let me show you what it costs now. Now the price is $69.99, $70 US. That's what it costs now. So I don't know how I scored this for $13.99, or if they had a bunch with damaged boxes like this. I think that's just from shipping though. Anyways, regardless, it's here. I've got it, and we're going to review it. So this is going to be the first look at this drone. We'll get it out on a test run here soon enough, or a test flight, I should say. Let's take a look here. Let's see what they're advertising. So like I said, FPV streaming drone. So just your typical Wi-Fi camera on it. Looks like we've got apps from the App Store and Google Play right there. So right here on the box, auto landing, auto takeoff, auto hover. So this must be altitude hold drone here. 360-degree stunt rolls. Gesture control, so gesture photography. And 3 speeds on it. 3-speed control, it says right there. So those are all some pretty good options, not bad. Anything on this side? Nothing here we really haven't gone over. Right here, actually, though, 450-foot range is what they're advertising. And it says here, and this is something I haven't seen before, no FAA registration required. That's the first time, the very bottom line, this is the first time I've actually seen that on a box. Don't believe I've seen anything that actually has said that there is no FAA registration required. So interesting there. Here's the damaged side of the box. It's pretty banged up. It's got this nice cool looking blue little controller, a little transmitter. Just stream HD video directly to your smartphone. So hey, it looks like we got a decent little drone here. And it looks to me, like just looking at the picture, it looks a lot like the sharper image drones, the DX-3, DX-4. It's got that kind of style, and it actually, we might even be able to take a look. I think I've got parts of a DX-3 here. We might be able to compare it. But anyways, I'm going to pull it out of the box here. I do have a manual sitting in the bottom of the box, so we'll start with that. Let's just see what the goodies are first. So the manual, nothing different than you would normally see with most drones. Everything there you need to know. So that's good. We'll hold on to that. I might take a closer look at it later. It does say the application, the app you require here. So anyways, there's the QR code for their app, and I'm assuming their app is much like most apps for camera drones. Let's see what's in here right now. So they give us, there, we'll start with that. USB charger for the 1-cell battery. We got 4 extra props. Oops. We got a bunch of little screws in there. So those are probably the extra prop screws. So we got 4 little screws there, and actually there's a bunch of little screws in there. So it looks like we've got quite a considerable amount of screws there. I'm not sure what they're all for. I'm assuming they're for the props, but there is a couple bigger ones in there as well. So I'm just going to seal that bag up before I drop them and lose them all. And I'm not sure, but we got the little standard screwdriver there. So let's take a look at the drone itself here. Comes with 4 guards, and that's what your screws are for. Looks like the guards have little holes in them, so that's what the screws would be for, to attach your guards there. Put the drone aside for a moment. We've got the little cell phone holder, and let's take a look at the transmitter here quickly before we get into the drone. Actually, this is a nice transmitter. It feels decent. It looks pretty cool. It says FLYMAX there. Cell phone holder right here. It looks like it just clips onto the back. And it does have a little screw that goes in there, so one of the bigger screws in there is to hold that. And then there's another screw hole here for the battery. Let's take a look, see what kind of battery it takes here. 2 AAA batteries. And I'm actually quite impressed with the design of this transmitter. It feels decent. It's very much like a game, like a, what would you call it, like a PlayStation or an Xbox style kind of size here. And it's actually well labeled. Auto takeoff, auto landing, that's obviously your power button there. Return to home, headless mode. I'm assuming trim buttons. There's your camera button right there. Probably short press for photo and long press for video, I'm assuming. And there's your speed buttons right there. And it also, most likely, I bet you, is your speed buttons for short press. And probably long hold is your flip button or your stunt button. Very nice transmitter, feels good. I like this two-tone kind of black on blue here. Looks very good. I like that. And cell phone holder is not adjustable, but what I'm saying is not adjustable for the angle. It sits at that angle, but it feels decent. So put that aside and let's pull the drone in here for a sec. So I had mentioned this looks kind of like one of the sharper image drones. I believe it's, I'm going to say right now, it looks like it's possibly a clone of a DX-4. I have a DX-3 here, or what's left of one. There's the bottom side of a DX-3. And just looking at the bottom here, yeah, that's what it is. You can see, look here, switch is right there, your battery compartment, foam landing pads right there, same lights. This is a sharper image clone. So that's fine. $13.99, I'm not going to complain. So we've got a camera on here. It is manually adjustable. It can go straight down or straight forward. Not bad. Let's take a quick look at what, here, I'll just use the screwdriver came with it, what's in there for a battery. Oh, it's proprietary battery in this. Interesting. So I can't really tell you right now what the size of the battery is in there. But what I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll pull it apart here maybe quickly. Alright, so we've got a 1 cell 800 milliamp hour battery there, 3.7 volt. And it's got a date on it. So it looks like it's August 16th, 2018 is when this battery was made. So let's put that back together here. Alright, so the battery's back together. I guess you could use other batteries, and it is a proprietary battery, but I guess we could switch that out if we really needed to. It doesn't look like it would be too difficult. And you can actually probably just use any battery you want that'll fit in this compartment, because the other end of that connector is right there. It's just a standard 1 cell connector. And that battery does clip into place somewhat, but I do think you're probably wise using the retainer screw, because it doesn't feel like it's held in there too tight. Nice and secure. I think I'm going to see about putting a couple AAA batteries in here. I think I've got some kicking around in the shop here. That in there. We'll put that cover back on. I just want to turn it on here and see what it looks like. Alright, so like I mentioned, I do have the Sharper Image DX3, what's left of it, and it's basically an exact replica of this. One thing I can say is this plastic on this one is definitely, even though this thing's all busted, definitely a better grade plastic on the FLYMAX model here. That was one of my issues. I never did any reviews on this one. It was before I even started the channel, but I did break it, and I broke it quite a bit. Like, there was arms, like the top cover's completely busted. I just saving it for basically parts, the LEDs, and maybe the board. Actually got the rest of it already using it for another project, but the plastic on this feels way more durable, like 100% better. So just thought I'd say that. That DX, the sharper image there, I picked up at Walmart, by the way, when I bought it, and I don't believe it was cheap, but I can't remember. That was a few years back. Anyways, I want to turn this on now. Alright, so we got red lights on the back, white lights on the front, and on the top here we can see a blue light. That's pretty cool. I think that's going to look pretty sweet at night maybe. And if I fire up the transmitter here, it automatically binds. We didn't have to do anything. And yeah, I'm not going to take it off in the shop here right now. But that's cool. It automatically binds. We'll have to go into more detail of the controls once we get it out and test fly it. Like I said, I did a quick run through of what I think the controls are, because they're pretty clearly labeled. And yeah, we'll get that app downloaded. We will get this out as soon as we can and test fly it. I've got a busy few days up ahead here, but as soon as I can get out and test fly it, I will. I'm going to turn that off, and yeah, they have an on-off switch on the bottom here. Like I said, the camera does manually adjust. I don't even honestly know what the specs are on the camera. I'm going to quickly take a look while I'm filming this here and see if we can find any specs on the camera. I'm going to assume it's probably going to be advertised at 720. They just keep saying HD, HD. They don't say anything about the camera. And they actually did have the battery listed as 800 milliamp hour. I just didn't see that. Advertised flight time on this, 6 to 8 minutes, so that's pretty short. It is decently heavy for what it is, for what it feels like. So I'm going to just pull the scale in here, guys, and without, this is how I'll be flying it, by the way, without the prop guards. Zero that out there. Let's see what it weighs. Now this would be pretty close. It's a little bigger than what the scale can handle in size-wise. There we go. So we're weighing in at about 126 grams. So, like they advertise on the box, there is no need for FAA registration. Alright guys, that's the FLYMAX 2. Looking forward to getting this one up in the air for sure. Definitely feels like it's a well-built drone here. Hopefully it performs good. We'll see that in the upcoming test flight that I'll do on it. And but other than that, we're going to leave it at that. So make sure you give this video a like. If you're new to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button before you head out. And remember, don't be a stranger. We'll see you on the next one. See ya.